Former President Donald Trump will not be in a New York courtroom today. He's going to be in Florida attending his son Barron's high school graduation.
Yeah, so yesterday his defense team continued to cross-examine Michael Cohen as Trump's hush money trial continues. Cohen told the court Trump was directly involved in the scheme to pay Stormy Daniels over an alleged affair, and that money was later reimbursed to Cohen. Lawyers questioned Cohen about his past lies under oath. Trump was joined in court by a growing number of Republican lawmakers attacking Cohen, something the Democrats criticized.
There is literally no branch of government that Michael Cohen has not lied to.
I think it's really embarrassing, you know, for elected representatives to be appearing at a criminal trial to denounce our justice system.
Yeah, it's unclear if the defense will call the former president or any witnesses to testify. Those closing arguments will likely start next week. We want to bring in Fox News anchor Shannon Bream, who's going to join me now. Now, Shannon, according to the prosecutors, they argue that these accusations they've laid out amount to the felony charges he faces. You've been in the courtroom following this trial now that it's nearing its end. Do you feel prosecutors have made their case?
Well, that is only up to the jury. And I think after yesterday, a lot of people, whether they love or hate the former president, they thought it was a bad day for the prosecution and for Michael Cohen. They're pinning the entire case on him. And yet you were walked through, and the jury's there being walked through every time he admits to now lying under oath to Congress, to judges, to courts. And the prosecution's to say, but now he's telling the truth. They also, you know, the defense was able to, in cross-examination, present that he had some level potentially, they argue, of revenge, that he was unhappy he didn't get a White House job. He says that's not the case. Others, though, have said, you know, there was talk of him being Attorney General or Chief of Staff at the White House. So defense, a lot of people feel like, landed some serious blows on Michael Cohen yesterday. We'll see how it lands with the jury, though. Prosecution's about to wrap up. By the time we talk next Friday, there could be a verdict in this case.
Right, and I know a lot of people still wondering, will Trump even take the stand? Do you see that as a move that the defense might make?
Well, he really wants to. He has talked about that in the past. As an attorney myself, and many other attorneys out there across the spectrum think it's not a great idea for him to do it, only because once he gets on the stand, it opens all kinds of cans of worms for the prosecution to potentially use. I think the defense has probably convinced him at this point it maybe isn't in his interest. The defense is going to argue, listen, the burden is on the prosecution. They've got to convince beyond a reasonable doubt. We would argue they haven't made that case. Don't risk putting the former president there. I'll be surprised if we see him, but really, does anything surprise us these days?
Right, at this point. And I know he's been eager to talk about this case and share his side of things, so could see that going both ways. Now, this week, both the Biden and the Trump campaigns committed to at least 2 debates, but they're definitely going to look a little bit different than what we're used to.
They are, and man, this first one is so early, the last week of June, which, by the way, is also the final week of the Supreme Court term. So you're going to be getting decisions on abortion and on guns and potentially that immunity decision for President Trump regarding January 6th. So that debate falls smack in the middle of that, long before anybody gets out there and starts voting. And the other, we believe, will be in September. But both sides are taking a victory lap. The Biden team says, hey, we boxed him into the networks, to the moderators, to the timeline, all of the things that we wanted. The Trump team says, we never thought they were going to debate anyway, so we count this as a win that we've got 2 on the books, at least.
We will see how that plays out. Yeah, I know you have a special guest this weekend, Representative Elise Stefanik, the House GOP conference chair. You can catch Fox News Sunday, of course, with Shannon Bream right here on Fox 4. That airs at 8 a.m.